Hey everyone, it is Finn here, that is FYW, and I hope you guys all are doing super well with your isolation at home. I hope you guys are getting some good content from YouTube, and guys, you guys seem to really enjoy this last video that I made about players that do deserve upgrades in the Premier League. So I thought I'd ride the horse a bit longer, drink from that milk carton a bit longer. I don't know if any of those are actual sayings, probably not. So guys, I thought I'd do a part 2 of this of players in the Premier League in each position that do deserve upgrades. If you enjoy this kind of content, please do subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me, and I'd love to reach 750 subscribers very soon. Let's jump into the first position. Okay, so we jump into the first position on this, and it is of course going to be goalkeeper. In the previous video I did Nick Pope because he's been an absolute beast so far this season. So I thought I'd go for another goalkeeper. Well, I have to go for another goalkeeper, don't I? I was going to do Ramsdale from Bournemouth, but I thought the one who deserves it the most is going to be another English goalkeeper. I mean, not that Ramsdale isn't. That I would go for Dean Henderson, the Manchester United loanee at Sheffield United. He's gotten 10 clean sheets for Sheffield United, which is very impressive, which, I mean, I've heard, you know, obviously on the news you do get ex-footballers that have said stuff like, you know what, I mean, it's a different thing doing well for Sheffield United than it is to Manchester United, which, in my opinion, it's more impressive that he's done it at Sheffield United because, yes, it's not the same pressure, but at the same time, the defense isn't as good, the quality in the team isn't as good, which I'm sure Sheffield United fans agree with, and I think it's been very impressive. And a sad thing is, if Dean Henderson did end up coming back to Manchester United, which I mean he will, that means Sergio Romero will have to leave, which hurts me as a United fan because he's been such a good second choice goalkeeper. I mean, he's been the best number 2 in the world, which I mean, not a good title, is it? But yeah, the best second choice goalkeeper in the entire world. But you know what, if Dean Henderson comes back, that means United just have 3 really good goalkeepers in the likes of Romero, Dean Henderson himself, and you know, Lee Grant.
Great banter.
But yeah, I do think that Dean Henderson deserves to break that 80 rated mark and get an 81 rated card out. Because if you compare him to someone like Kepa Arrizabalaga, who's gotten 6 clean sheets this season. I mean, last season he got 14 clean sheets, and that was with 9 more games than Dean Henderson this season. I mean, Kepa Arrizabalaga got an 84 rated card. I mean, I think Dean Henderson deserves at least an 81. Get to the first defender on this list, and it is going to be Chelsea right back Reece James, because I mean, lots of people even agree that he should make it into the Euro squad for right back, which I don't know how realistic that is if you look at the squad. But I mean, Reece James, 17 appearances for Chelsea in that right back position is a very impressive position to break in. I mean, when it comes to even chance creation wise, 87% pass accuracy is very good, and it's even better than veteran defender Azpilicueta at Chelsea. So I mean, I think Reece James is on the right path, and I think overall 6 blocks, 14 clearances, 77 crosses. So that just gives you more an idea how good he is attacking and defense wise. And you know what, only 2 clean sheets, but I mean, that's more down to Chelsea's defense at the end of the day. Which has been, you know, a little poor, to say the least. We get into our second defender of this list, and it's going to be Soyuncu. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Once again, it sounds like a sneeze, and I don't want to lengthen quarantine by any more. But Soyuncu, he is currently a 79 rated. In the previous video, I upgraded Evans, the other Leicester City centre-back, and Soyuncu definitely does deserve an upgrade, and as well, to an 81 rated card, because he's been a solid replacement for Harry Maguire, who did leave the club. And I mean, no one expected him to be this good for the club. I mean, 10 clean sheets at the end of the day is very good. Only 2 penalties conceded, but yet at the same time, you know, all the statistics say 0 errors leading to goal, which I'm pretty sure creating a penalty is an error leading to goal, is it not? 6 interceptions and 128 clearances is definitely a feat that has to be appreciated. I mean, I think he's been a solid centre-back this option and deserves an upgrade. Second centre-back is going to be Share. I don't know. I guess he is going to go from a 79 rated to an 80 rated. I'm not going to boost him to like an 81 because I think he's not that good yet, but I do think he does deserve to break that 80 mark because he has been good so far for Newcastle this season. I mean, 16 blocks, 36 tackles. I mean, it's not that good for centre-back, but at the end of the day, 67 clearances and 27 aerial battles won. I mean, I think he's been a solid option for Newcastle because Newcastle haven't been the best defensively. They have conceded a lot of shots, and he does have a lot to work on. So, you know what, that's why I don't give him an 81 or an 82, because he hasn't been outstanding, but I think he's holding his fort quite a bit, and Newcastle's defense hasn't been the absolute worst. I mean, Dubravka's got the most saves in the Premier League, which I mean just means that they concede a lot of shots. Maybe their defense isn't that good, but I do think Shaw deserves an upgrade. Last defender we do have is going to be Manchester United boy. It is Williams. I think Brandon Williams deserves a huge upgrade because he has been a solid option. I mean, it was either going to be him or Lewis from Norwich, but at the end of the day, I think Lewis is closer to what his actual rating is going to be, because Lewis, I think, is about a 73 rated, and I could see him go up by 3 or 4. When it comes to Williams, he's 71 rated, and I think he deserves a +4 upgrade to a 75, because, I mean, he's been really good this season. I don't know, maybe he could even get a 76 or 77, maybe not that quite far yet. He's only been dispossessed 6 times this season, which, I mean, isn't bad at all for a fullback. And when it comes to attack-wise, he's such a good modern-day fullback when it comes to running, creating chances up front, and he's been so special for United when it comes to the Europa League. I mean, he's definitely created lots of chances. He's shown a different kind of flair, which is always exciting in a youngster. And if you guys haven't realized, there are going to be lots of youngsters in this squad, because you know what? They need to be appreciated too. Which reminds me, why don't we get presents on Youth Day? We get into our midfield, and the first midfielder I will have is going to be an Arsenal midfielder. It is going to be Saka in the left midfielder position. I mean, he is only 18 years old. He's got 18 appearances in the Premier League for Arsenal, but 3 assists. Look, it's not the most amazing stat ever, but for an 18-year-old to break into the Arsenal first team is, I mean, that's pretty impressive, you do have to admit. There have been so many youngsters breaking into the Arsenal team lately, and it's quite weird to think about. I mean, Saka's gotten more assists for Arsenal than Mesut Ozil this season. I mean, how the mighty have fallen, but at the end of the day, 81 pass accuracy at the same time is also very impressive for a youngster. I know I keep going on about it, but you know, it is a very vital stat. I mean, making a successful pass in football. 5 through balls, not bad either, and 47 crosses. I think this boy has got a serious future in his hands, and he is only 18 years old. Watch out, Bill Cosby. First centre midfielder I do have on this list is going to be Cantwell. I know he's a left mid, but I'd like to play him in midfielder because I do think he desperately does deserve an upgrade. Look, unlike Saka, because Saka, when I did upgrade him, was 74 to 76, because I don't think he deserves quite a late 70 quite yet, because I think by the end of next season he could be a 79. I think he still has a lot to work on. Where Cantwell is a 74 rated, I think he does deserve to be in that later 70 range, 77, even a 78 if possible. I mean, he's been very important to Norwich, and he's shown that against big teams especially, which that is very important for teams like Norwich when a player shows up against big teams like United, because Cantwell was amazing against United, I can't deny that. 81% pass accuracy, 6 goals and 2 assists. Those chance creations for Norwich, where Norwich really did need it, and I think this boy's got something bright. If Norwich end up getting relegated in a season or two, I can definitely see a big team swooping them up. Or even if not like a top 4 team, I could definitely see a team like, you know, Everton or one of those teams pick him up, definitely. We get to our second centre midfielder, and it is going to be my last Chelsea player off this list, and it has to be Mason Mount. Hey, Mason Mount is currently a 79 rated player and is going to be, in my opinion, an 81 rated player. He does deserve that, and I think he's been an outstanding player overall this season and could really break into this England team as a starter almost. I mean, 6 goals, 4 assists so far this season, 68 shots, which I mean don't make his goals look that impressive, but I mean the amount of chances and shots he creates is really important to a team like Chelsea. 85 passing accuracy and 114 crosses. I mean, I really do see something special in Mason Mount, and he is that kind of player. I mean, unlike some players on this list where I look at Mason Mount and I say, this boy will definitely be special for Chelsea. I could really see him becoming like the next Frank Lampard or something if he continues this momentum like this, because I mean, he's been very impressive to say the least. We get to our right wing position / right midfielder, and it is going to be a Bournemouth player. I mean, this is really just me making up for not putting Ramsdale in this list, but it has to be Wilson. I mean, it's not even really a Bournemouth player because it is going to be Harry Wilson, who's on loan from Liverpool, which, I mean, lots of people just really gave him crap for wearing a Liverpool jersey when he wasn't, you know, or a jacket when he wasn't playing that game, Bournemouth versus Liverpool, because he is on loan from Liverpool, which, I mean, everyone's giving him crap. It's like me going from home, going to like a college or whatever, and then saying it's like, what do you choose, your actual home or where you're currently staying? It's like, well, I'm going to choose my home. How dare you? It's like, well, you have to choose your home. He is a Liverpool player and he won't break into the first team quite yet, but 7 goals for Bournemouth and 2 of those were free kicks, and that is really, really impressive. He is their top scorer so far this season, and for him to be a 77 rated, I don't think he deserves a huge upgrade quite yet. because he hasn't gotten any assists, but I will boost it to a 78 rating. Once again, as I said, no assists, but that's more to Bournemouth attack really just underperforming so far this season. So our first striker, and our first striker is actually going to be a left winger, but I had to put him on this list because he has been that impressive. It is going to be the second Arsenal player of this list, Martinelli. Martinelli is currently 74. Unlike Saka, who went to 76, I'm going to do Martinelli one better and give him a 77 rated card because he's been outstanding so far this season. 14 appearances, 3 goals. Look, it's not outstanding goal-wise, but for his first season as a proper Arsenal player, you know, breaking into the first team, it's been very impressive. But past that, he has done well in the Europa League, along with in the Carabao Cup. He's really performed for Arsenal and has actually been a young superstar for them at moments. Once again, he has really saved them multiple times, which, I mean, that's a lot of pressure for someone his age. Once again, as I said, I don't know if he'll ever break into the Brazil team because it is that competitive, but he is on his way to really becoming a star at Arsenal. The last player I have on this list is going to be Manchester United boy Mason Greenwood. I cannot not put the future Robin van Persie in this list because, I mean, Mason Greenwood's been a huge star for Manchester United, scoring in every competition. I mean, he's a 73 rated card. I think he deserves a huge boost to 77, not quite 78 or 79 yet, but he's really broken into the first team. And this is for a player who's not even playing in his normal striker position. He's playing in the right wing position. I mean, if you look at it, 5 goals in 7 Europa League appearances, 5 goals in 22 Premier League appearances, which at the end of the day, look, 5 and 22 doesn't sound that impressive, but considering he's playing out of position, I think Mason Greenwood is a superstar. And lots of people say, yo, who's better, Greenwood or Martinelli, which I asked you guys in a previous video, but I think these two players could really compete in the future, and I think I can see a beautiful rivalry between these two. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Once again, if you did enjoy it, please do subscribe to this channel. It would help me out massively. Tell me what other kind of content you guys want on this channel because that would be pretty awesome. So guys, I do love every single one of you. Click my, logo at the bottom to subscribe to this channel. And there is a video best suited for you. Go check it out, everyone. Love all of you. Stay awesome.